It blows my absolute dick off. No, it's still there. We're good. We're good, boys. Penis still attached. Nice. Nice to hear your penis is fine. Yes, I'm sure that's what you came here for. It sounds like something sexist, too. Oh, damn. Stacy failed the penis check. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. 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 All right, so what I mean by floating is, did I at you, by the way? So one of the cardinal sins I always talk about with positioning, you are in chat? Yeah, okay, sometimes I type that because, you know, some people's like are taking a fucking nap or jerking off when I start their VOD and they don't realize, and they complain to me. They're like, oh, why did you message me? And I'm like, because I saw you in chat, fucker. One of the cardinal sins that I see with positioning is like people won't play on their corners. Corners are very important because you can just, you know, like, oh no, there we go. Oh no, the hog's trying to hook me. What do I do? And then you get out of the way, right? Oh no, the Genji's shooting at me. Now you're safe. Oh, I guess the Genji's here. Oh no, the Genji's shooting at me. Now you're safe. You're doing pretty decent job actually sticking to corners for the most part. You're floating a little bit in the sense that like you're repositioning way too much. A cardinal sin that I see with a lot of bad players is pretend this is like a choke. This right here is a choke. Not really, but one of the worst things you can do is go from one side of the choke and then walk to the other side. Because during this entire time you're making this rotation, you are extremely exposed. And you know, you're strong enough of a player to understand that once you get here, you need to play on this corner, but you're just taking way too much risk making this push. Way too much risk. Because I saw you pushed all the way over here, stood here for a while, and then you pushed all the way over here, back. And this entire rotation space is just deadly. I thought you were going to get hooked. I genuinely thought you were fucking dead several times over. We'll see it here. We'll see it here. Right? This is all fine. Positioning, great. Look at how you're hugging the walls very nicely. This right here, though. Look at how dangerous this is. Look at how there's a fucking soldier who is boosted and you're just standing out in the open. Right? Absolutely terrifying. You do, though, successfully get to the next corner. You're kind of jiggle peeking, reloading around cover, very nice. But then you start moving through the choke again onto the other side. At this point, I literally thought the hog was just about to hook you and you're fucked. Right? Instead, he tried to right click you for some fucking reason. Who knows? That's the only thing I've really seen so far. Aim has been good. Position, the micro of the positioning has been solid. The macro needed a little bit of work. That's about it. And you're low, so you don't want to push up. I understand that. You're a little bit out of range, though, for Kree. Like, yeah, you're just doing no... Look how little damage that did to her. Good attempt. Did you roll there? Oh, if you rolled there, that was an int. Yeah, this roll was an int. This roll was an int. You needed to use it to actually like create distance and not die to this Reinhardt. Even if you did land, you gotta think about this. Even if you did land that flashbang fan the hammer, by the time he rolled, he would have had a shield up again, and he wouldn't have been hit by the second fan the hammer. What was your backup plan? Where is? Oh shit! That scared the fuck out of me. Where are your teammates, bro? Why are you trying to do 1v1 a fucking Reinhardt in close range, in his range? You are asking for it. Like, that's why I'm saying, go over the flashbang, totally fine. Get some damage in, put some pressure on him, force him to back up a little bit, get some ult charge, whatever, right? Get your ult. Whether you hit that flashbang or not, you needed to escape. You need to bail. You need to realize you're not winning that 1v1 no matter what. You should have died. And then you died. You didn't get punished for your mistake. But you still died at the end, so. You don't have to be perfect with your teamwork. You don't have to like calm with your team the entire time. What a weird high noon that was. That was a really bad high noon. You don't gotta calm with your team necessarily to be a good teammate. Instead of to like communicate with your words and stuff, communicate with your actions. Instead of just trying to do something and expecting people to follow you, because let's be honest, your teammates are idiots. Doesn't matter how high you go in SR, your teammates are dumb and will not follow your directions. Just work with them. If you see your Reinhardt or your monkey pushing up or jumping in, then that's when you want to push. right? But you don't want to push and then expect your monkey to jump in after you. You want to wait for your monkey to push, and then you follow him, right? But what you're doing is you're constantly playing at your own pace, trying to move to your beat of your own drum. That might be good in some sense, but what's happening is you're just completely, all your value, all of your plays are getting fucking shut out, because every time you go for a play, it's a 1v6. Right here, when you die and make this play, right? I know it's not a 1v6, but there are no teammates with you. No one's to support you. You know who was there to support him? All of his teammates over here, right? You are trying to make a play alone, and that's the big mistake, right? Here on this high noon, look at your teammates. Look at the positioning of your teammates. I know you're trying to make a play here because you just broke that Reinhardt shield, but look at these fuckers. Do you really think, even if you got that pick, that you were able to push in afterwards with your Zarya dead, monkey all the way over here, everyone all the way over here and low? No, right? And then because you try to make a play and you're alone, pretty much fighting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people just by yourself, of course it doesn't work. Of course you get shut down. So you might be a fantastic individual player, but you're not a team player. You're trying to do everything on your own, right? Trying to think that you're like better than all these guys and I don't need your help and stuff. But you do. You really do. Even as a DPS player, you can't just focus on the enemies ahead of you. You have to be like, hey, where are my supports? Are they in line of sight to me? Are my tanks pushing up? Are my tanks falling back? You should be adapting your gameplay around your teammates, right? Imagine like if you just played Kree the exact same every single fight, every single map, in every single team comp. You would get creamed sometimes. You just wouldn't do well, So you got to be a little bit more adaptive here. You got to be thinking about the grand scheme of things instead of just wholly focusing on your own gameplay. Right. Individual skills able to get a triple kill. Let's see if your teammates are able to actually do anything with that though. I'm gonna guess no. Oh, crazy. It's almost like you got a triple kill, but it doesn't fucking matter because none of your teammates were there to actually do anything about it. And again, like at a higher level, and obviously you want to reach a higher level again, you were there in the past, these mistakes that you're making are way more punishable, right? All these things that I'm saying right now, you aren't getting punished for it necessarily. Like that triple kill was nice, but you should have got punished in the sense that none of your teammates were ready to make that engagement. The enemy team, the blue team, shouldn't have let the point flip, and at a higher elo they wouldn't. But here you kind of get away with it. I've always said that, not always said, but like I've always had this thought, especially when I was coaching teams a lot more, that often there's not really a winner and a loser. There's like a winner and a team that didn't win, or a loser and a team that didn't lose. You know what I'm saying? Like every time you are winning here, it's not like you actually won. It's more like the enemy team just fucked up. You just didn't fuck up as hard. And every time you lose, it's because you deserve to lose, and they didn't. So like neither side is winning. They're just sometimes one team is not losing. Yeah, maybe don't take that 1v1. Look at this. Watch that fight again. Alright, so this is actually a huge mistake on the positioning. I was kind of complimenting positioning before, but now you're getting tunnel visioned on this kill. Oopsies, you die. Oopsies, you died. Why'd you die? I'll show you why you died. Here is the corner that you're safe on. If you make it back to this position, you are safe. No one can shoot you. You don't die. Now watch here. I'm going to do this. I've done this before, but basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to outline your positioning. I'm going to take this pen. I'm going to mark it, and I'm just going to, wherever you go, I'm going to move the pen. Okay? Let's watch. Let's see what happens. Go here. We mark the safe zone right here. Right? And then I guess kind of anywhere behind, here. Like all of this is technically like the safe zone as well. Sort of like the further back you go, the more the high ground has influence on you. But let's say like all this area here is safe. All this area here is safe. Where were you the entire time? That's just out of position. That's just you being out of position. This is what I called floating. You want to anchor yourself down to natural cover, down to a corner, down to a pillar, whatever it may be. And when you're floating, you're not anchored down to anything. You're kind of just moving in the wind, kind of like this pathing, just kind of going left and right, just standing out in the open of the choke. Right? If this is the choke right here, you're just straight smack dab in the middle of it. So no real surprise that you died there. No real surprise you died there. Kind of a tragedy, but you know. If you don't get a pick, your teammates will die and you lose. Yeah, but the game's not all about picks. And I think your mentality of like you need to carry is right, but you need to go about it in a more positive way, right? You shouldn't be thinking like, if I don't do this, then my teammate's just gonna fail me. You have to have some faith in your teammates. Right? You can't trust them to do everything. Don't just expect them to like, you know, have GM level fucking of healing and defense matrix use to keep you alive. Funny roll, by the way. But you need to have some faith in them. You need to have some faith that they're going to like, you know, shoot targets and walk forwards and stuff. Not always gonna get that. Sometimes you have bad games, but you know, just you should be playing for the bare minimum. And using that towards your advantage. Ooh, good attempt. Ooh. But see, like right here, you're not playing around your supports at all. Like your supports are here, and you're all the way up here. Not like this is a bad position, but you know, you could have definitely like had a better place where the Moira can kind of reach you. That's not a big deal though. Nice! Good sound whoring. Is that still a word people use? Sound whoring? We used to do that in Call of Duty, where you can like hear the footsteps of people and figure out where they are. That's basically what just happened there. You did it again. You went for this. You went for the running sound. You went for the flashbang. Nice headshot. Let's go. Yeah, your aim is definitely good enough to make this work. Nice. Look at out of range. That was such a good play though. That was such a good play. It just didn't work out. Happens. Good. Right clicking the monkey bubble. That's actually really important. You're just gonna high noon here? No, you're not. Good. Nice dodge of the high noon as well. Every time you take a 1v1, you know what it is? When you're playing normally, you don't have this problem, but when you're in the 1v1, you're so out of position. You're so out of position. Oh, dude. The second you start like focusing on a certain target, you just like high key forget where you're standing. Look at you right now. Look at you right now. Yikes, man. So because here's the thing. Technically, you're close to this corner. You weren't playing this corner, though. You were here, and you were playing this corner, right? You could have played this corner, but you didn't, and that's why you died. If you were playing this corner, you would have been jiggle peeking that shot, by the way. Yeah, we talked about this a lot. There's a lot of VODs I've talked about with Ping Yu, especially on the Tracer, where I've told him that like he needs to be playing with his team a little bit more. Oh, the fucking... the soldier fucking Kree, both hiding in slightly different locations for that Tracer is hilarious. I've talked about this a lot with some other players, especially Ping Yu, who, by the way, I think when we started, he was like plat diamond, and now he scrims in like 4K lobbies. I think he's like high masters now, but again, that's a huge improvement. One of the biggest things that we've talked about on his Tracer is like working with your team and playing around your tanks, right? Okay, so the Ryan v Ryan's a really great example of like learning ebb and flow, especially between your like and working with your teammates. Because what's nice about this, and okay, well, this is fucking weird, but let's just pretend the Ryans are looking at each other. If this Ryan's pushing forward, most likely this Ryan should be pushing back, right? And vice versa. Ah! I fucking flashbanged myself. If this Ryan is pushing forward, well, most likely this Ryan is falling backwards. Makes sense, kind of, right? Ebb and flow. One team is pushing, has advantage. The other team is losing and has disadvantage, needs to back up. Sometimes you'll get like a clash, but even when they clash, it's it's like they're both pushing forwards. You need to be reading that. If your Reinhardt is backing up and their Rein is pushing forwards, right? You don't want to be using really important cooldowns to your attack, like say your flashbang. But when your Rein is pushing forwards, that's when you want to get aggressive with him, right? One of the worst things you can do is have your teammate back up as you are pushing forwards. We actually had on this map a different VOD where the exact same situation as I was explaining happened, where we had a tank push up like here as the DPS weren't there yet, and as the tank started pushing out, the DPS started pushing forwards, and it completely fucked up the entire fight. They even had a pick on the D.Va, not just the mech, but the baby D.Va too, and they completely threw the fight away just because they were on different pages, right? You don't have to be a coordinated group of 6 to actually make that work. You just need to pay attention to the ebb and flow of the Reinhardts. If your Rein is pushing forward, you should be pushing forward, or at least getting aggressive. If your Rein is backing up, you should be playing more defensive. Doesn't mean you have to like just run away and hide, but you can't be like making crazy flank plays as your Rein is falling backwards. Okay, you're playing a lot of off angle. Yeah. Unfortunately, their soldier just has more influence on this fight than you do. So the enemy Kree just gets more value than you do. And this is just due to off angles and stuff. First of all, if this guy has high ground, you do not. But for the most part, you are just fighting in this little room, trying to take control, but you're actually not using this off angle much. Where this guy is taking extremely strong angles onto the enemy tanks, right? With off angles, one of the most important thing is sort of like how you use your attention, and the larger the angle, the harder it is to do that. So like if a Reinhardt is standing here, right, and he's getting shot at from this way and from this way, how is he supposed to hold his shield and not die, right? If he holds his shield this way, blocking the Kree, well then he gets fucking waffle stomped from the front line. Don't look that up, by the way. Or do. Ask your mom what it means. And if he holds his shield this way, well then he's getting fucking butt plugged from the Kree. Also, talk to your mom about butt plugs. It's really rough for him. The reason that you take this, or at least the reason you should be taking this position, is you should be looking for that same exact off angle, right? Where this guy is getting off angle from here and here, which is super duper strong. You, on the other hand, are getting the angle from your front line like this, and you like this. How does that enemy Reinhardt block that damage? Like this. Just hold shield and all the damage is not passed, right? Even the slight improvement from going to this door means the world of difference. Because if they try to push in, right, and I'm gonna use the blue color, if they try to push in like this, and you have Reinhardt swinging over here and a Kree shooting from over here, well, they just can't make it past. They're not gonna make it through that choke point, right? Your off angle, because you choose to play back here, is straight up just worse than their off angle over here. Yeah, and you could have gone for the flank as well. Like, this is not a flank because he's safe and he's like not actually truly behind the enemy. Like a flank would be coming from this way. But like here, best play for you would either be, if you want to play it safer, play in this location, maybe try to fight off the Kree a little bit, try to neutralize his better off angle, and then prepare to take an off angle when eventually they have to push in. Or you make a play over here and then keep your roll to get back to safety. Do not roll to get more aggressive in like that, because that will often get you killed if you're not able to land the shots. And if you do the land shots, someone's going to peel and kill you later. In this position, keep your roll to get back, right? This is how you use your teammates. Off angling is a way to use your teammates to help you, right? Because you can't off angle by yourself. Literally not how it works. You only have one angle. But when you're using your teammates, understanding that the fight is happening in this direction, and then you start shooting from this direction or this direction, right? That's when it becomes powerful. You're pretty much using your team as a decoy. And even if you're not able to get the kill, guess what? These guys have to start focusing on you. And you know what that means? If they're focusing on you, trying to protect from this way, well, guess what, motherfuckers? We got a front line you got to be paying attention to, right? Even if you're not getting the picks, you're helping your team. Teamwork makes the dream work. Careful, love. Careful. That is an extreme flank. Yeah, see, that's what I mean by, like, you need to have an escape like I talked about, like going here was fine as long as you had a roll to immediately get back into this room. That was going on the flank like we talked about, but not having a roll to escape. Yeah, that was a huge int. A fucking huge int. Oh my god, what a terrible, no good, very bad play. Yeah, go into the fucking corner, loser, where you belong. Cool, so the enemy team through, right? Once again, you did not win, the enemy team just lost. Oh, never mind, your Reinhardt's dead. Okay, 3v5 down the main tank. Okay, now you got this, right? 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 Yeah, and see how he's holding shield against them, but not you? Off angle, baby. I have more important things to do. Okay. Nice. Nice. That was great. That was actually really... Oh! Oh! Look at that off angle. Look at that off angle. The Rhine's pushing from this way. You're pushing from this way. And the Rhine just can't shield both. He has to shield one side, and he chooses wrong. Where are you? Crazy. And now you're just moving with the momentum of the enemy team, or with your team. And then you just roll everyone. Oh shit, there's a fucking Nano May. What the fuck? I love you tomorrow. Yeah, so I think like the biggest thing to say about this, and you can interpolate it as like off angles and stuff, but just like using your teammates as well, like factoring them into your plans will really improve your gameplay, because you're very good at the game, but the only time you really lose or kind of throw is when you're out of position, get tunnel vision. Sometimes that happens to you, but most of the time it's when you try to make a play, whether you succeed or not, and no one's there to follow you up. Yeah, that's for the most part. It's not like you don't take good off angles or you don't use your teammates sometimes, but it's mostly just like accidentally, you know, like, oh, the Reinhardt happened to push when I pushed. When in reality, I want you to be thinking about when your Rhine is pushing and then to coordinate that to sync up, right? Maybe not coordinate verbally, but just like, oh, my Rhine took a step forward, so I'm going to take a step forward too, and we're going to make the play together. So cute. Okay.
About you and how you've been treating me, and I thought, why do I love you?
The house creaks as the sun hits my blind eyes. I can feel the cold outside, so tell me what you see.